Welcome back, barbecue friends. Some of you may remember a few weeks back, I did a video with my friend Dan.
I've had this barbecue for 15 years.
I went to Dan's house and he was making lamb chops.
Look for a bit.
Look at that.
Close the grill. Oh, we're gonna have to spin these.
Dan's got lots of experience with lamb chops. His family's requesting it and he's got this down to perfection as far as cooking this. So I learned some of his ways when I was at his house. Now it's my turn to cook for him. So today I'm going to make lamb chops, but now I don't have a gas grill like he does. So how can I make it a little bit different? Now I have many different types of grills. That's how I could do something a little bit different here. Made a marinade similar to his. Here's everything going into the marinade. I got a lemon, some fresh rosemary, some oregano, avocado oil, garlic. We're going to load everything into the food processor, give everything a good mix. We're using both the lemon rind and the juice from the lemon. I'm about a quarter cup of avocado oil. I got about 3 or 4 cloves of garlic, a tablespoon of fresh rosemary. We're going to mix that up nice and fine. Here we got a rack of lamb. We're just going to chop it up between the bones. Here I got 2 racks, got it in a Ziploc. Add the marinade, put it in the fridge, and wait for it to cook. What I did a little bit different, I put all the lamb chops into a Ziploc. And as they're marinating throughout the day, probably about 8-9 hours now, I just periodically flip it over in the fridge so everything just keeps getting coated. Now I'm looking at the thickness of some of these lamb chops to try to figure out the best way of cooking this. I was thinking just doing a hot and fast here on the Kamado. Then I thought, you know what? I'd like to work on just getting the interior of that just perfect before I sear it. So in a way, do a reverse sear, but they're such small lamb chops, I'm not quite sure how that's going to work. My plan is, I got both my Louisiana Girls pellet grill behind me, and I got the Louisiana Girls Kamado here. What I think I'm going to do, set my pellet grill here to about 250 degrees or so. We're going to put all those lamb chops in there. We're going to slowly bring them up in temperature so I get the interior of that chop just perfect. In the meantime, this is going to start getting blazing hot. So my plan is to take the lamb chops off the pellet grill, give them a good sear here on the Kamado, and hopefully I don't take the interior temperature of that lamb chop too high. Because as Dan pointed out in the other video, if you overcook lamb, that's also going to affect the flavor. So I got Dan coming by. I'm going to show him my setup, what I'm doing. So it's my first time cooking lamb chops, but I am using his technique as a guideline. Just the cooking part's going to be a little bit different. And if you want to see that other video where I went to Dan's house and cooked with him, in case you missed that, I'll leave a link in the description. Let's get on with the cook. Okay, we got the pellet grill here, 250 degrees. It's going well. I got my coals here well lit. I kind of got everything off to the side, so I got a hot side and somewhat cooler side here. Got some steaks on here for the non-lamb eaters. And we're just going to lay these in. There, I got these on the pellet grill, set at 250 degrees. And like I say, I'm just slowly going to bring up the interior temperature on these before we put them over here to get a nice sear. Let's close it up.
Hey, Greg, what do you got cooking
Hey,
there?
Dan, thanks for coming today. It's my turn to cook the lamb.
Looking forward to it.
Well, the only difference being, I did the marinade somewhat similar to how we did it.
Yeah.
But the difference being, I'm actually using 2 barbecues. So this one, the pellet grill, I got 2 set at 250 degrees, slowly bringing the interior temperature up with the lamb chops. And then the Kamado here set up with a nice hot flame. And we're going to sear those to finish them up. So I'm anxious to have you try them.
Yeah.
And get a good opinion on how they were from your house, a little comparison to how they are today. And just missing Willie.
Willie? Don't say his name because he's going to come if we do. He could probably smell them cooking all the way from our.
I smelled something cooking from
What?
From Dan's house. Yeah, so I know.
How did you know? Where did you know where? How did you know where I was?
Well, you guys can't keep this away from me. I'm expecting a good dinner today.
Oh, here we go.
Oh gosh.
Do you ever?
Willie found us.
Do you ever eat any of your own food?
No.
Okay.
No. Everybody makes me some food. So
God.
I've got good neighbors, good
Well,
family.
I guess we need to. Well, you tasted Dan's chops at his house.
And now we're going to taste yours.
You can taste here, and we'll do some sort of comparison. And
Sure will. Yeah.
hopefully
I'm
Dan
looking forward to
wins, because then we got to go back to his house for a rematch.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. And you're going to do yours different next time.
How you even knew I was here?
I can smell it. I can
Yeah.
smell it. I just
Yeah.
followed the scent.
That's fine.
all. That's all it was.
Okay, these chops, I reached an interior temperature of 100 degrees. Just going to pull them off the grill here. Maybe some of these larger ones I'll leave on there. And we'll get them ready for searing. But I know when I start searing it, I'm also going to bring up the interior temperature because they're so thin.
Yeah.
And I remember you said when they're overcooked, they're not good.
Yeah, they're not.
So
very good yet.
it's a little bit of balancing act here.
Yep.
So we'll just let them rest for a bit.
They're nice size.
Okay, added bonus to the flame here. What I got is some.
I mean, just to look at the
What I got is some whiskey barrel chunks here. We're gonna throw in there, just to add that extra smoke into the meat.
Sounds good.
So what do you think? Throw extra smoke wood on here.
for sure.
Throw
Get
a
it
couple
going?
handfuls on there,
Oh,
get
yeah.
it going, you'd be good.
Oh, look at that.
I'll just close the lid until we're ready to put the meat on. We'll just get the wood started, and we'll start seeing smoke billow out here. All right, we shut the pellet grill down. Time to start searing here. We got our whiskey barrel chunks are fully flamed up here, so we'll start with the steaks. Get those on first.
Let's see.
This is like one of those fancy restaurants sitting right in front of the grill. You know?
Hey, there you
Right,
go, yeah.
right.
That's right.
Smell that.
It
I
smells good, yeah.
Oh, look at that. Look at the grill mark.
Doesn't take long, eh?
Oh, no. Oh, that one there. My favorite one. The one at the end.
Yeah, that one there's done.
Yeah, that's
I just
perfect.
want to get a sear on the other side. Yep,
Yeah.
that's done.
Oh, my God.
This one I'll take a little bit further, but that one's good. This one's good. This one I'll go a little bit further. A couple of them are thicker, eh? I think the beginning cuts are.
Yeah. Depends what's between the bone, eh?
Yeah, and I had a little. You made it look easy when you were trimming it, and I'm like, man, why aren't I getting through this? And I found out you got to have just the right spot, eh?
Yeah, there's the bone, eh? Like I showed you. Remember I was
Yeah.
struggling with that one cut. and then-
Right. So I had a couple. I was like, oh, now I know what he means.
got
Until you
a
do
lot
things
in there.
yourself, eh?
You got a lot there, Greg. Holy smoke. Look
Yep.
at them all.
We got 2 racks.
Well, we figured you'd show up, so we better get a few racks. Willie's coming.
You figured it right.
Here's the only thing that,
That's the problem.
yep. But not entirely bad, eh?
Oh no, that hurt. That adds flavor.
Yeah.
Yep. Now I kind of got a bit of a cool side on this side.
Yeah.
But that's nice, Greg, because that fire, that does a nice job on them right
Yes,
away.
it does.
You know?
So I'll start piling these over here. Bit of management here now.
Yeah. You got this, Greg. You got this.
As
Look at those things.
long as I'm not smoking you out there.
You're not, I could live on it. No. That smoke.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, that flame just means the all the fat's rendering down.
Yep. I think those are going to be tasty there, Greg.
I
They're gonna be
I
really tasty.
don't, because here's the only difference between your house and my house is pretty much the flame.
Well, we had some flame going a little bit
But I
there.
didn't
in my
want
barbecue.
to, like I say, it's hard to balance.
Yeah, it's hard to get them all the same thickness
Yeah.
when you do that, right? Now chops, when you buy the chops, they're actually cooked. They're actually cut to a perfect thickness.
Yeah.
So sometimes those are easier to cook than these are. But I don't think you get the flavor that you get out of a rack.
See, I know the ones in the flame now are pretty thick, but these ones I'm going to start pulling off.
It's a good idea.
That one looks pretty good. This one looks pretty good. It's Dan. He gets you in places, say.
Yeah. Look at them, Dan.
Oh, yeah. All right. Close this down.
Dibs on the middle one.
All right, it's
That's
yours.
fine.
Here, we're all set.
I'm
Yeah.
taking it.
We're going to do
Pour
our
someone
taste test here
Guy shows up, he takes the biggest one. Like,
before we go and make
Oh,
a
is this
full
the
plate.
biggest one?
I have a pretty thin one here, so.
Oh, Greg, look at this. Look at the pink in there.
that's perfect. That's perfect, right?
Dan,
Nice flavor.
you got competition with him.
Got good flavor. You taste the flame.
Yeah.
You can taste the flame. Exactly.
You do taste the charcoal.
No question.
Oh, I should be so jealous.
It's not over. At least this one. This one's not as pink as Willie's here, but
That's
Really?
perfect.
Well, Willie's is the best.
Well, Willie took the biggest one, so.
No, I didn't take it. I put dibs on it.
well, thanks guys for coming over today, and it was nice to share this cook with you.
It
Good.
was nice to be invited here.
Very
It
good.
is.
You weren't invited, Willie.
Well, okay. I like to.
I just showed up.
If you enjoyed this cook, I appreciate you. Smash that like button. Of course, you want to see more of these cooks, click that subscribe.
If you want to see more of Willie, you gotta push that button.
We've got Willie's willing to come back, so yeah, click that like button.
Wherever there's free food, Willie will show up.
Oh yeah.
See you next time on Barbecue with Greg.
All right.
Thanks for watching Barbecue with Greg, one of those barbecue cooking shows people watch on YouTube sometimes.